Hello. I've decided to put together a short supplementary video to our Week 9 Watch Me video. So a couple of students have emailed me and said, where would you like us to submit the visual morgue for our final exam? And the answer is, I really don't want you to submit it because I really don't want to grade it. I just want you to do it. So let me explain a little bit about this asynchronous online learning process and how this online process has looked different than the normal in-class experience. So specifically with regards to preparing for the final exam, if you remember, I think in the Week 8 Watch Me video, I said, make sure you have your play selected. This week in Week 9, I said, make sure you've got your visual morgue materials for the play that you selected. In the synchronous in-class experience, we do these activities as a class, as a group. So we actually have a day in the classroom where students say, this is the play that I'm doing. And we talk a little bit about the plays because, there's usually a few students that are each working on the same plays. So last year, I think the most popular play was a play called She Kills Monsters, right? And then when we get to the point where we're doing the visual morgues, the students actually present their visual morgue materials this week in an in-class setting, and we look at those materials and we say, "Oh, that's really great," or "Joe, have you thought about this?" And so we get to see everyone's ideas. We get to see what everyone is working on in the in-class experience. It's an incredibly valuable, I think, valuable thing for students to see because you get to see how other students are working. It's great for me. It's always inspiring for me. I don't grade those visual morgue presentations. It's just my way as a teacher of trying to help you work ahead, plan ahead, because doing scenic design and doing your final model actually takes a lot of time. And we don't want to leave that work until 10th week or final exam week. We want to do that work now. So I wanted to explain that because I keep using this metaphor of taking some baby steps in the class. And really, the baby steps toward completing your final exam are read the play. It was hopefully last week. This week, do a visual morgue on some materials about the play. And then next week, the only thing that we have due in class next week is the Jesus Christ Superstar response. But next week, you should have your design. You should have your design statement, concept statement done for your play, and you should actually have your scenic design done next week for the play, right? But just the design, like sketch, ground plan, that sort of thing, so that when we get to, so you're ready to actually make and build your model, okay? Which takes a long time. So that's what I'm trying to help you, the student, work toward is planning, getting things done now because it takes so much time later to do your completed model for the class. I also, so I hope that's helpful to you. It's just me trying to help you, the student, do your work for your final exam. I did also want to share with you that I updated the rubric for the final exam on the Moodle site, and you will find the rubric for the final exam is at the very top of the resources for under the final exam on the Moodle site. I went over the rubric in the video. There's nothing that's been changed. I simply updated it to reflect the fact that there's some online learning going on this term, and certain pieces of the rubric we won't do. For example, we won't do the scaled ground plan and we won't do the paint elevation. So that's just my supplemental video. I hope that that's helpful to you, and the reason why I want you to be doing your visual morgue this week. It'd be great. Take a snapshot of it. Send it to me. Let me just see what you're working on. I can try to give you some feedback for that. I know that this has been really, really challenging, and I think the more that we can do to plan ahead so that we're not so stressed as we get toward the end, I know it'll be helpful for all of us. So thanks for watching.